Hello, in this video I'm going to share with you some of the main features of a free maths website called Corbett Maths and how it can be used to help your child with their maths. Corbett Maths is targeted at Key Stage 2 to Key Stage 4, so that's Year 3 to Year 11, and it offers 3 main resources, 5 a day videos and worksheets. If you Google Corbett Maths and then click on the Corbett Maths website, you'll be presented with the screen that you can see in front of you now. If we take a look at the primary section first of all, so I'm just going to click on primary and then primary again, and we'll take a look at the 5 a day questions. So the way that this is arranged on the primary website, for each of the dates from the 1st of January to the 31st of December, there's 4 sets of questions that increase in difficulty, and they're called bronze, silver, gold and platinum. So if I just select the silver questions, so what we have here are 5 mixed topic questions. And these 5 a days are really good as retrieval practice, and all the educational research indicates that this is an excellent way of transferring knowledge from your short-term memory to your long-term memory, an excellent way of preparing for tests as well. So as you can see, you've got 5 questions there. You can either print off the sheet and write the answers on the sheet, or just write the answers on a separate sheet. If I go back for the answers, I'll just scroll down to answers. And then we were looking at the silver questions from the 1st of January. And you can see there that you've actually got worked solutions. So not just the answers, but worked solutions. So if your child gets a question wrong, then if they follow the worked solutions, then hopefully they'll be able to see where they have gone wrong. Now, as I mentioned, the questions increase in difficulty from bronze to silver to gold to platinum. So to decide which type of questions that your child should attempt, obviously you need to bear in mind which year they're in, from years 3 to 6, because some of the topics they won't have been taught. So what I suggest is you just have a look at the questions with your child, and then make a decision on which set of questions between bronze, silver, gold and platinum are the most appropriate and the most accessible, and then just have a go at those questions and see how your child does. So for the example we just looked at there, the silver questions, if your child attempted those questions and did really well, then you've got the option of trying another set of silver questions from the 2nd of January or progressing on to the gold questions. And conversely, if they struggled with those silver questions, then maybe take a step back and do some bronze questions. So that's the 5 a day questions from the primary section. If we take a look at the videos and worksheets, so we've got videos and worksheets for all of the Key Stage 2 topics, and they're listed in alphabetical order, as you can see there: addition, angles, area, and so on. So if we just pick the first one, addition. So I'm not going to click on that video, but each of the videos consist of a maths teacher going through examples, giving notes, etc., etc. So you can play those videos, pause them whenever, rewind them back to the start, and then if we click on questions and questions again, so for addition we've got a set of instructions there, and then a set of very well constructed questions. So we're starting with fluency questions, so adding 2-digit numbers, progressing to 3-digit numbers, up to question 9, 4-digit number there. And then when we move on to question 10, you'll see we have worded questions, some reasoning and some problem solving. So very well differentiated set of questions. And for the answers, we just go back to answers, and as with the 5 a day, we have worked solutions. So you can mark your own answers, any mistakes that your child has made, then hopefully they'll be able to see from the worked solutions where they've made those mistakes. So that's the main resources in the main features in the primary section. I'm just going to go back to the main Corbett Maths page. So for the GCSE 5 a day, you just click on this, and we want the GCSE 9 to 1 questions. So that's the current specification. As with the primary section, we've got sets of questions from January the 1st to the 31st of December, and they're split into 5 sets of questions, and they're called numeracy, foundation, foundation plus, higher, higher plus. And you'll see here that the grades that those sets of questions equate to, the rough grades, are given there. So if we select foundation plus from January the 1st, so this should be grades 4, 5 and 6. So again, as with the primary section, we've got 5 mixed topic questions that your child could attempt. And if I scroll down and click on answers, so we were looking at January the 1st, foundation plus, and there you'll see worked solutions. So you can mark your own answers, your child can mark their own answers, and where there are any mistakes, if there are any, then hopefully they'll be able to see from the worked solutions where they've gone wrong. As with the primary section, the age of your child and which tier they're studying at GCSE, whether it's foundation tier or higher tier, will determine which sets of questions they should be attempting. But as with the primary section, I would just select one of those 5 sets of questions, let your child have a go at those questions, see how they do, and then you can decide which sets of questions to attempt next. Obviously, if your child is in years 10 or 11 and studying the higher tier course, then they should be doing these higher and higher plus questions. If they're in years 10 or 11 and they're doing the foundation course, they should be doing the foundation and foundation plus questions. So that's the 5 a day for the GCSE. If we take a look at the videos and worksheets, so as with primary, all the GCSE topics are covered and they are listed in alphabetical order, although we do start with numbers 2D and 3D, and then it moves on to addition, algebra and so on. And as with the primary section, there's a video for each of those topics and practice questions with worked solutions. So I'll not click on those because we've seen those already in the primary section. There's also some extra textbook exercise questions on each of those topics. So just another set of questions with solutions. So there's just a little bit more in the GCSE section than the primary one. But again, this is an excellent resource if you want to do some revision on specific topics. So they're the 3 main features, the 3 main resources for both primary and secondary, 5 a day, videos and worksheets. There's also some extra resources on this website. If you go to the more section, so further maths, if you clicked onto further maths, so further maths is a course that's a bridge between GCSE higher tier and A-level maths. So there's videos, practice questions and answers there if you're studying that course. So that's very, very useful. Practice papers, if I click on practice papers, so this is just GCSE, but there's lots of practice papers. So if I just click on 9 to 1, So mixture of higher and foundation, covering all the 3 papers, non-calculator and calculator, with model solutions. So that's really useful. Conundrums, so that's just puzzles. So there's lots of puzzles there. I had a look through these. They're quite challenging puzzles, so they're targeted more at GCSE higher tier students. There's some excellent puzzles in there. Class quizzes. So these are based on Kahoot quizzes, if you've played that game before. So the multiple choice questions on all of those topics. So again, quite a good way to revise and a fun way to revise those topics. Finally, revision cards. So there are revision cards for GCSE and primary maths. So if I scroll down here, the primary maths ones are down here, primary study cards. Unfortunately, they're not free. None of these revision cards are free, but it does give you information about them and how much they cost and how to order them and so on, if you would like to do that. So hopefully you found this guide useful, and hopefully you'll find this website helps your child progress with their maths. Any questions, then just make sure that your child speaks to their maths teacher, please. Thank you.